been in a variety of VCS Sunday showdowns as of the last 2 months or so, and so not last week they took a break, but the week before they won their group actually. But unfortunately lost immediately in the first round of the playoffs to Exotic. So they kind of have their lay of the land. They kind of know what's going on. They beat out like Lycus Empire, I believe, and if I'm not mistaken, Starless. Yeah, Starless and Take Flight. So, some teams that are pretty solid. So I'm definitely on the lookout for Down Bad, but with the new addition of Iconic, or at least a potential addition of Iconic, I'm thinking that might be interesting for the Virtuoso side, though I don't necessarily see Iconic in. So maybe that's not the case, as Anders might have replaced him for this matchup. Not sure what's going on, but
Ooh, it's gonna be a big mystery. Definitely something we have to figure out after the end of the game here. But at least now with this kind of new setup that we see, things might be a little bit more interesting for the Virtuoso comp, and it's something we're definitely want to keep an eye out for. Oh, in
well,
fact, Anders is playing himself.
yeah, I know you mentioned that you know Anders, you're familiar. So do you know anything about Anders' skill level? Let's ask that one.
You know, there have been some very late nights where we'll play ranked. I'll run
Okay.
Viper, he runs Cypher, and we carry in
All
silver.
right. It's silver. Okay.
But we also lose. So, I mean, it says a lot about us as a duo, like in the game, but I'm sure he has a much better time having more reliable teammates in a more competitive atmosphere. And I'm really curious to see how he's going to do individually.
Yeah, I mean it's always a big question mark, especially when I don't know what the exact role, coach, manager, whatever that is, has to jump in for whatever reason. You always are trying to play a bit from behind, so we'll see if Virtuoso can contend with that. I think that the strength of the rest of the roster certainly suggests that they might be able to pull out a victory regardless of that fact. But Down Bad, certainly no slouches. They are going to be looking to put themselves in prime position to make it back to the playoffs. Something, like I said, that they made it to, but were quickly knocked out of in week 42. Virtuoso need to make it all the way there. They had a little bit of a rough go of it in week 42, going out 0-3 before playoffs even started. So they're looking to change that up at the very least.
And this is going to be an interesting round number one here. We already see a huge mix-up from what we're used to up until the recent patch. No frenzies in play here. We do see a few on down bad sides, but Virtuoso, they're going completely with a classic Ghost comp. That means a little bit more angular distance, a little bit more farther away, and they can strike at any time. Speaking of which, though, look at that. Already we have Zetinsky into the site here, but no one's to be found.
Do love the breach as well for the Virtuoso side. You love to see that. And like you said, nobody's home here at the A side, so the spike is getting planted down. The retake utility is coming through, and now things get spicy. Apoth with the first frag of the round onto Leek and Suya, looking to get on this flank very quickly. Could catch one out, does just that. Apoth is down, so now the pinch can come in.
A fantastic showing from the start here for both teams, but it looks like Down Bad's going to take a little bit of the distance, but suddenly the kill feed goes back into the favor of Virtuoso. Now down to a 2v2. The spike is still on the ground. They have to push up on the defensive side, but the bodies are falling. Suya with a triple kill might be able to bring it back into a 4K to start things off on the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Well, that's certainly a way to start it off, man. I love to see that. 4 kills for Suya, who has a great name, by the way. I love to say that name. I don't know if that's like biased, but whatever.
What does it mean?
I have no idea. It's just fun to say. I don't know why, but whatever. Like to see it. But great start there for Down Bad. They are moving on to the anti-eco round, and it looks to me as if Virtuoso is kind of going for this more reasonable, just play it safe kind of strategy. Don't want to be force buying in stingers that aren't nearly as good anymore. Into the second round. What are your thoughts, Keg?
Oh, that's a really interesting proposition here. Stingers are still really powerful, but they were nerfed recently as well, Ben. So you kind of have to balance things out. Do you want to force up and continue with the Spectres, or are you going to rely more on your utility in the second round, given that you've already won the first one? Right now, we do see Down Bad. They're playing it very close up. They don't want to overextend themselves too much. Being able to take it easy, waiting around on both A and B site, they're relying on Virtuoso to make the next move, and it seems like they're going to be going towards A.
Well, I like that idea, right? Just let your opponents potentially make a mistake, or walk into your much better weapon. And well, Suya is going to be walking into what is a group of players. So gets out alive for the time being, but that might be problematic, though Leak is there for some help with the curveball, so that is going to push back the offense, make it a little bit easier for Suya to get out of dodge. On the other side of the map, though, Xander falls into Sniper, who wins that gunfight.
Oh, but look at this here. We see a whole bunch of Confluence going inside of mid right now, but yet nobody's able to find any kills besides the Killjoy that have already gone down. Besides that, though, we do see it ramping up a little bit more inside of mid. The kill feed in the favor of Virtuoso. There's only 2 left alive. Look at this, though. Rezo and League might be able to bring it back a little bit more, but it's down to a 1v4, and that's not going to last much longer either.
Well, I mean, listen, they did nerf Reyna. There's only 2 of those orbs available to them, but 2 was perfectly fine, enough for Sniper. Got a triple kill rather in that round, and you don't even need the investment apparently if you're Virtuoso, because you just pull off a nice little triple kill for Sniper and clean things up. So slow, methodical, working out well here in the early stages for Virtuoso.
Things were looking really good for Virtuoso at the end of the game, at the end of the round, obviously because they won. But down bad, they played a really cool strategy at the beginning of the round. I'm wondering now if they're going to do it again, or from the looks of it, they might be playing a little bit more aggressive.
Well, aggression certainly seems to be the name of the game at the very least for Suya, who gets 1 frag. That's very nice, making a second indeed. Coming through mid with the knives out and ready to go. That's beautiful stuff for down bad, so it's already 5 on 3.
What is the rest of down bad to do? Well, the Omen tried to rotate. He's going to go down. It's going to be up to Linsky now, holding all in the entirety of A site. There's a Killjoy turret nearby from down bad side, but already evading past it. Well, it's going to be up to the rest of down bad to skedaddle around and try to maneuver their way towards the site. Otherwise, it's just bodies being traded back and forth. Well up the line for Virtuoso. It's going to be up to Linsky. Last one alive. Already got past on the A site. No spike in their possession. They have to move on forwards, but there's a whole party around this singular object. Him pushing on forwards, might be able to find one, but can't find the heads of any. He's able to identify them, but it's not enough.
Oh, that's just brutal there for Virtuoso. They got, you know, that nice second round victory, right? That's exactly what you wanted to see. But the problem is that down bad just pulled out the knives. Suya able to pick up 3 with that. So it's been 3 rounds now. A triple kill, a quad kill, a triple kill. That's what this has been, and that certainly tells me we might be in for a fun game here, especially as it is the first real gun round of the game. Granted, Linsky is going to be pulling out the Bladestorm of their own, so this could be spicy.
I love seeing these Bladestorms. We saw the Jet on down bad side being able to use it so effectively, but now we gotta see Linsky put in the same effort, being able to get on A instantaneously, evading. Everybody gets the headshot onto one. Even then, though, they have no idea where they've gone by like an absolute shadow. The pre-fires are gonna go through on the top of heaven, but even then, that's a triple kill with the knives. Can he find one more? No! He did their job. And that's going to leave down bad looking pretty down bad for the rest of the round. Only 1 left alive now on their side. The Sova having to push through the ascent doors, needs to get onto A site, but there's a big issue. Only a little bit of utility left. It's going to be the Owl drone that might be able to spot 1, maybe 2, but from the back, it's going to be 1 inside trees. They hear the footsteps. Well, will it be enough? There's going to be 1 nearby. Agility might be able to have the shot, but it's a Phantom, not going to be the one headshot that the Vandal can bring out. Instead, though, they moved away. Recon ball not going to be enough. You turn around right at the wrong time.
I mean, that's just so brutal for down bad. And yet again, we saw the Bladestorm pull out massive work in that second round, or rather the 3rd round, and now in the 4th does exactly the same thing. So just trading rounds back and forth. What an exciting opener, Gag. This is just beautiful stuff to see in the opening stages of a game.
This is the kind of Valorant we love to cast, because not only is it 2-2, but there's no clear advantage happening for one side or the other. They're both trying to find each other's weaknesses, both micro adapting, macro adapting. They're just plain trying to adapt around each other, but no one's been able to get the edge just yet.
Not quite. Looking to do that. Suya trying to get a kill with that operator, but this is the mark. Another one comes through, sees the shoulder, knows one's there, but is it quite going to be given another opportunity? So that, I say Suya. That, but Suya holds strong. Ile goes down, but Linsky with a double kill over towards the catwalk area just fights things back once again as Agility finds one on the opposing side of the map. The defense is currently grouped up towards A, but the offense is spread quite thin. Look at that.
Ooh-wee. This game so far has been all Jets. And they're doing a pretty damn good a job at doing that. But only one Jet's gonna be alive in this last round. There's gonna be 3v3 now. They're ult on both sides. One on Hunter's Fury, the other one is Empress. Do you want to use the Empress now? You might not have a choice. Already two are gone. Make that back and forth, the 2v2. But even then, 40 seconds left. Spike now having to get back on the site. Agility takes over the site himself. But now it's gonna be down to a single attacker. Agility with a 3K.
Oh, that was massive agility, winning that gunfight against the Empress. That is absolutely peak performance here. Just beautiful stuff. And without that kill, I mean, think about it. Leak is not going to be able to get into position correctly to trade or play the 1v1 on the last kill. It basically guarantees a loss there for down bad, but instead agility, picking up that frag, so important, just turns the round on its head for what seemed like the third time. We just moving back and forth, swinging with the momentum of the game. But here we go, guns in both hands once again. It's kind of been 3 half-gun rounds in a row as Hunter's Fury gets committed from agility. He picks up one, and Suya on the follow-up, looking to get aggressive, finds a second. That's 2, now 3. But what a play from Suya, able to pick up all 3 players, leaves Alea in an impossible situation where agility says no thank you, closes out the double kill for themselves.
Oh man, I was gonna say that this whole game so far has been a battle of the opening picks and the battle of the Jets. And guess what we saw from both sides? The battle of the Jets and that Jet getting the opening triple kill, just slewing away everybody on A.
I mean, I'm just blown away by that aggression, and it was beautiful too, using agility and the Hunter's Fury to just open up that sightline, right? You can't be there because there's this big Hunter's Fury in the way that's gonna kill you if you are.
True, and we saw that being played off so effectively here. But now the Hunter's Fury is gone. Are we going to see more ult action like that? I really hope we do. Look at the ult action, though, happening on Catwalk, though. The Jet peeking on forwards right around the corner is going to be another one. Can Suya find it? And he does! Linsky's going to fall, taking another body down. This is a recreation of the last round, but can we see it going forwards? Are these other attackers going to have the same fate? And it looks like they do! Brew's able to find one. But then again, 2 left alive, both ults in hand. It's going to be the Breach, and it's going to be the Neural Theft coming out from the Cypher. But is it going to be enough? They're trapped inside B main. They have nowhere to go. Bodies colluding on them all over the place. It's down to Anders. Can the coach bring it back in a reverse ace? The answer is no, but Suya says yes.
I mean, Suya just been playing out of his mind thus far. 14 kills for Suya in the first 7 rounds of the game. That's 2 frags around at the very least, and that's just wonderful all the way around. I mean, just put it in perspective. Linsky is playing very well. Has half that many frags. Half. Like, you know what? Oh well, it is what it is. I'm too blown away. I have to stop talking about it. But what I do want to talk about, Keg, is the 4 ultimates available right now for Virtuoso. They have all the tools at their disposal to take this A site and push it very aggressively.
Let's hope to see here. We already see one Jet falling, but even then they are able to usually get aggressively on A pretty quickly. But these ults, like you said, need to come out. We've already seen 2, but is it going to be enough? The answer is going to be no, it won't be. Look at the kill feed. It's an absolute pinwheel. And there's only 2 left alive here. Leak is able to at least get the spike, is able to clear things up a little bit more. But even then, coming from above, it's going to be trees to find yet another. It's just down bad, finding more and more.
Yeah, and that paranoia, Brew, perfectly placed. Lines up the player coming in, and that's the player that is meant to create the space for the rest of the team to follow up, and it just did not happen all that effectively because of the paranoia that Brew threw it at the exact correct time. So down bad. They've stabilized now. 4 rounds in a row. They don't show many signs of stopping. It is going to be a reinvestment here for the offense. Virtuoso, they picked up some rifles, a Bucky in the hands of Anders, but granted, other than that, have pretty solid weaponry, and of course, the Blaze Storm from Linsky. Who else?
You have to go for the save right now if you're Virtuoso. You've already lost 4 rounds in a row. You've expended so many different ults, and even all of that didn't work. But look at Suya right now, up in hand, just in the primal spot for any sort of Jet. But unfortunately, it's going to get smoked off. They can't do too much, but they might be able to find a rogue shot. Possibly that Omen was playing a tricky game at a tricky time, but it's not going to work out. Anders has the spike in hand, Bucky as well, being seemingly by themselves, but look at the push-up coming towards trees.
I like this mid control. You know, you said they have to save. Well, I would agree, but well, I say that getting a little bit maybe over aggressive. Suya able to hit the shot onto A pass So now it's just going to be this cat push coming through. The hot hand's there to deny it just at the right moment. Just wasting utility. Now the breach has to come back through, and that's the nano swarm. So just utility coming through, and now the shots. Leak, Xander closing things down, and it's 7 for down bad.
Locked off completely, Vincent. This has been a really devastating first half for Virtuoso. They have lost 5 rounds in a row. What could they possibly do to push forwards?
I mean, from my perspective, Keg, I think that they just have to kind of go back to basics. They have to try to get some map control early, then hit a site together. They're losing players on the outskirts of the map, or even in mid, too early on, and then they just get wrecked by the aggressiveness of down bad.
That's right. Aggression has been a really big issue for Virtuoso right now, but they're also aggressive themselves. Look at that. Zuya already in the back of B. It's going to be agility to find the opening pick, but even then, they're able to just collapse on the B site. It just keeps on going down. Zuya, though, having another one in hand, might be able to find yet another, but he's hiding in the back of Bowhouse. He's almost being surrounded, but the classic double kill is going to secure things.
Suya's playing a different game than everyone else right now. I'm telling you. Like, Suya's literally just playing on easy mode. He's like, yeah, it's fine, dude. It's not a problem.
Yeah, you know, just W key, duh.
Yeah, obviously. It has, like, double the kills of literally anyone else in the server except for Linsky, who has, like, one more than that. Like, oh, it's just beautiful. And honestly, a pleasure to watch. So, you know, that adjustment that I was suggesting, not exactly working out all that well for Virtuoso in this one. And they're back down to a not so ideal purchase. They got to have just the pistols and a couple of rifles to contend with.
You have to get rid of that op on Suya. There's no other choice. That's the whole strategy. Get rid of Suya's op, and then you win. Virtuoso, they were going back and forth so long ago because there was no op on Suya's side.
I mean, to be fair, though, Suya has been winning out with the pistols, with the rifles, but he's doing it again! Suya, incredible stuff with 3 once more. Xander closing down Apoth, and well, Suya's just doing it for the style points. One person alive pulls out the Blade Storm. Who cares, Keg?
Suya is just built different. There's nothing else about it. 9 and 2 right now, op in hand. Quick, what's 22 divided by 5? Because I have no idea.
That would be what, like 4 point something?
Sure?
4.1? No.
Can you do my taxes too? I don't know.
Mate, I can barely do my own. Let's be honest. It's 4 point something. That's as much math as I'm gonna do on stream.
Holy. And this is the final round of the first half too. Things have to get a little bit quicker or a little bit better very quick to Vert.
They really do. I mean, that's the key. But using these ultimates to open up the site certainly is a good strategy. Granted, no one's here at this time, so it doesn't really net them a kill, but certainly nets them space to work with as the spike is planted.
Linsky's already able to find Suya. The op has been dropped, but is that going to be enough? Linsky has full control of heaven now, but there's so many bodies surrounding. Oh no, you overextended, bro. Is going to find that control instead. You have to rely on your radar, but both the duelists are dead. It's only one left alive. It's going to be Leak. Surrounded again by enemies. This could be Ender's time to shine. Oh, able to find the Bucky kill at round 12. That's going to be the first half very solidly in the favor of Down Bad.
Yeah, a much needed, necessary round right there for Virtuoso, I would say. They struggled a whole lot in general when it came to, you know, those mid rounds. Once the opening stages of the game was over, once the gun rounds started happening, it was all down bad all the time. And well, Virtuoso, they're the ones who are down bad.
I was wondering how long it would take for us to say that.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
But we're back to the pistols again, and it seems like Virtuoso wants to bring out that same strategy of, well, seemingly going a little bit slower with Ghosts and Classics, but no. They like to go super fast on the attack before. I'm wondering if they'll do the same on the defense.
I mean, to be fair, the way Suya's been playing, I don't think it matters. I think you just put Suya in a place and say go.
Yeah, give him the Marshall.
Like, yeah, who
Round
cares?
1 Marshall.
I mean, yeah, definitely not possible, but, you know, make it possible, right? Just combine your money.
Get more money.
Get more money, forehead. Keg, 2021.
Yeah, that's the spirit of 2021. We just gotta get more money. Or a sheriff, whatever works.
Easy does it. But nonetheless, we're in a short little pause right there. That has now been rejected back to the game. And like you said, down bad, looking to group up towards A, and here it comes.
Ooh, but like a tiger looking for a jackal in the Saharas right now. Suya having the shadows, putting them down, able to get onto the site. Anders never saw it coming. They're able to find one. We just got to keep a careful eye on Suya. We got to watch out for Linsky too with a double kill already. It's going to be full control for Virtuoso's front. Now the spike's going to go down. Only 2 left alive for down bad side. They have control on both sides, but it's a power struggle right now. And they drop. They drop like lemmings. No, Suya with a triple kill once again, bringing things down to a 2v2 on 1v1, but Etsy's able to get it on top. Virtuoso win 2 rounds in a row for the first time.
I mean, 2 rounds in a row, though, separated by a half, and it is a much-needed round as well. Definitely something that you wanted to see. But if you recall, all the way back to the very beginning of this game, it was the Virtuoso side who won the second round. Remember, they won the eco, right? Could we see down bad do the exact same thing? Run it back, flip the script, and make it, all the more difficult for Virtuoso to mount this comeback.
Now, we were joking in the prelude to the first round, or the first round of the second half, but now we see Suya actually on a sheriff.
Oh, no.
That hit the jet, I think. No, maybe it didn't. But even then, though, look at the aggression coming out from Virtuoso's side. Already, Sniper wants to push up a little bit more and finds at least 2 different bodies. One's gonna fall, the other one heavily damaged. But that Killjoy is kind of screwed. You want to push up? Well, you're gonna die because of it. Now there's only 3 left alive, and it's going to be no control of any sites, it seems, though. These attackers melting away. It's almost like it's their own game right now. Virtuoso, maybe a much more defensive-sided team, but with only sheriffs in hand, Bruh is able to at least even things out to a 2v2. A minute left on the clock, Vin. Things are not looking good for down bad side. Only the spike holder in hand, but Sniper with a Spectre in hand seems to be running and gunning everywhere. It's down to this final agility, having the push up, Sheriff in hand. They have such a strong lead, but if they keep, squandering rounds like this, they won't have that lead for much longer. In fact, he's just going to stand there stoically, probably pondering with the rest of his team what the next move can be, and that might have to be the push up.
Oh, look at the flank. It's coming for it. Agility doesn't know, but just barely able to get around the corner in time. But will he know about that flank as it comes through? Now turns the corner for the Reyna. Not been found out just yet. Agility goes to the plant and gets denied. Sniper with a quad kill in the second round, and it was expensive. But Virtuoso, they live for at least another couple.
2 4Ks that we've seen so far.
I mean, it's been... I feel like it's been more than that. With the way Suya's been playing, didn't Suya get like 3? Pretty sure Suya has
maybe
3 4Ks. And then there was Linsky, and now Sniper. I could be wrong. Whatever.
Did you really expect to come into this cast today expecting to argue whether or not Suya's had multiple 4Ks?
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, I typically would think, 1 4K, like you're having a good game. Nope. Suya's like, it's fine. I do all of the things. Suya continuing to do all the things, gets 2, and that's making it look very, very simple. Xander with 2 on the other side of the map just leaves Apov, who's thinking, what the hell happened to my team? And well, that's gonna be the kill. Agility closing things out as Down Bad make a statement in their first gun round of the second half.
That was a pretty impressive performance from Down Bad. Multiple different kill streaks coming out at once from 2 different members, Suya and Suya and Agility mostly, who just really broke the entire streaks and really showed them who was boss.
I mean, 27 kills. We're going into round 16. Okay. 16! I'm blown away at this play right now. Though Linsky does have an operator pulled out, so you could potentially run that. Doesn't quite get the opportunity. Able to fall back, get away from that positioning as the dark cover comes down to control that side of the map for the offense. Down Bad now have to spread things out and see what they want to do now that Virtuoso hasn't been gifting them kills early in the round.
Now, we've seen Down Bad struggle here a little bit too, right? They find themselves kind of supplanted inside of B main, and then they just kind of stay there for the whole round. This is where Virtuoso comes out on top here, and Sniper apparently, or especially has been able to just really strangle their way through the entire team. But look at this here. Everyone's playing it safe right now. This could be our first aggressive B main push. But we have to wait 50 more seconds supposedly. We have to see though if they're going to make that full-on move. That Killjoy is going to be putting the lockdown down inside B. It's pretty much telegraphing exactly where the push is going to come from. But Linsky's ready. He might be able to find the frag. He takes down the Killjoy. But even then, will that be enough? No! The rest of the team wants to turn into a microwave. So many more still alive, but that lockdown's still underway. It concludes, but it's not going to be enough. All of Virtuoso come through.
Linsky got that kill. Was that a no-scope? I'm pretty sure that last kill on Suya was a no-scope. I'm like 90% sure. There's just no way he scoped back in after that one. But, I mean, just really solid there from Virtuoso. A little bit of a misplay, I think, from Down Bad, where they needed to kind of push on to the site a little bit earlier, or at least push with the with their ultimate. They just got caught out by the aggression. They weren't quite ready for it, and well, you know, whenever you get whenever you walk into 3 people and there's 3 people pointing guns at you, you should never get a kill. And Ele did get a kill there, despite that fact. So certainly was able to find something out of nothing.
That's true. You gotta keep in mind, too, there's a big chaos factor, and this whole game has just been chaos, man. Like, I mean, look at this here. Linsky's already peeking A main very aggressively. Everyone else has been relegated back to their more safe positions. Apoth can't even move through the jungles anymore. He's blocked off by a Molly. That's going to be up to the rest of Down Bad now to push on forwards, but they always stall out right here. Whether it be B main or mid or even going to A, they're waiting for someone to push forwards on Virtuoso's side. But they're not doing that just yet. Look at this here. Look at the spread out of the teams. We have Down Bad having the spike in hand, but 2 of the duelists going towards mid. That's going to be Cypher now fighting an unhealthy surprise, but turns it around and makes it a benefit. Finding 1 at the very least, but the Phoenix is still alive. If that Phoenix is able to survive a little bit more, maybe able to find Anders as well, that's going to be a really solid push into B site. But look at this here. The Phoenix able to find 1, though. The whole kill feed goes in the favor of Down Bad.
I mean, that's just exactly what you want to see. It's just delay sitting in a tough spot. Has to contend with the curveball of Leak, and Leak's shot is there. Gets the frag, and, well, that's 11 now for Down Bad as Virtuoso are down 5. They've been trading rounds back and forth here in the second half, but it doesn't really matter. If you keep trading rounds, Down Bad win. They're just 2 away from that 13 that you need to walk away from this victorious.
It's a tough position to be in right now. Keep in mind, too, Virtuoso doesn't have their full team either, and they're still putting up decent numbers, but they're almost being eclipsed completely by Down Bad sides.
Goes here.
Yeah, and that's the tough spot, right? We talked about how it was meant to be that they had trying out a player here. But speaking of meant to be, Sniper meant to be aggressive as it gets blinded out. Gonna be helped out though by the Hunter's Fury, ironically, as now continuing, sitting in the corner, still finds 1 more before Xander puts an end to that one. It's 2 on 3. Virtuoso, they need to pick things up, and just with a Bucky in hand, Anders is sitting ready, looking for it. Not going to be winning out that fight against Suya. To be fair, anyone versus Suya, I would definitely give over to Suya at this point in time. And Apoth, 1 on 3, is going to have to pull something out.
Oh no, a 1v3. No, he does have his TP in hand. He might be able to do something with the ult, but he has to shoot open the doors. That's not going to be good. They're going to know exactly where he's at, if not already. The glass is already broken, though. He might be able to snake his way up in the mid. But even then, though, Heaven's not going to be enough. He's going to jump back down, smoked out completely, opens up the door, might be able to get away with having some of the shadows onto the ground. But even then, the smoke is just not going to be enough. One's hiding inside Heaven, 1 on the ground. He might be able to flash 1 out at the very least, fake out a TP. But is it going to be enough? At the very least, no, it won't be.
Down Bad. Well, they have controlled this game pretty much since the end of those opening 4 rounds, and they're continuing to do that now here later into the second half. Now at 12, it's a match point, and Down Bad have 6 of them, and that is going to be, well, near impossible to contend with, especially considering, look at the weaponry, Keg. It's just, I mean, it's devastating for Virtuoso. They've got 1 rifle, a Bucky, and 3 SMGs, 2 Stingers, and a Spectre. This is brutal.
This is not a great position for Virtuoso to be in. That's my professional analysis.
Very professional. Very
Bucky in hand. Not a lot of really big aggression coming out either. Vin, this is a tough position to be in. What could they possibly do to get out of this one, to at least survive another round?
Well, you can
Not
do that.
that. Oh,
Well, I mean, Linsky
well.
could get a kill, but gets traded by Leak is the problem. Millet, though, with a nice frag to follow up. So that does still give Virtuoso the man advantage, as it's 4-on-3 now. It's looking good, but Suya's pulled out the Blade Storm. This is a problem. Whenever Suya pulls out a Blade Storm, you're like, oh, we just lose. Cool.
4K. Easy peasy. But now we have the rest of Down Bad. They all have their ults in hand. This could potentially be the final round of the game. You might as well use them all. Suya, of course, already using one, the run it back, and lockdown in possession of the last two. But what about the Rolling Thunder and the ults coming out from the Omen? Well, we're not going to see Rolling Thunder, I guess. That's going to go down too. Xander, though, finding one kill, is going to put the lead back into the attacker's favor. 2 left alive now. Anders now with a Phantom in hand. We haven't really seen him too much on full utility as of now, but the spike's going to go down. They have to play a retake, a body down on one of the hardest sites in the whole game to take back by themselves. Are they able to do that? It's going to be the big question here. They can at least find one body that might be able to have a good odds, but even then, the Omen stalled out himself, waiting for someone to peek on through, waiting for the run it back to end. Is it going to be enough? Maybe not. Maybe so. We have to find out. But with this being said, the flank's coming on through. Able to knife one. Can he find two? And Suya does it!
Suya, you said, pulls out the knives, gets a quad kill. Well, it was just a triple, but it was perfectly enough for Down Bad to take things all the way. What was that? 13-6 there, Down Bad. And I didn't see what the final kill was, but I'm pretty sure it was like 32 or something for Suya. I might be wrong on that. It was definitely over 30, though. I could guarantee that one. And, I mean, listen, when your Jet is getting 30-plus kills in what is 19 rounds, like, I don't want to say that it was impossible for Virtuoso to win that, but when somebody's popping like that, it's just so difficult, right? I don't even think it really came down to tactics or a bad performance even by Virtuoso. Sure, individuals could have stepped up a little bit more, but still, they couldn't deal with Suya, who 31, 10, and 1.
Holy, just short of a 3.0 KD, but I mean, at that point, you might as well give him the full 3 there. Absolute insane. Oh, no, it is over 3. Excuse me. But even then, you might as well give him 4 at that point. Because just absolute insanity. When you have a raging fire going on, you're going to need so much firepower back to suffocate the flames. But you're just not able to when it's just roaring too hard. That's exactly what we saw here today, Vin. And I cannot wait to see the rest of Down Bad. And I'm going to be a little biased here. I can't wait to see a lot more of Suya play.
I mean, listen, as a caster, it's always such a good time whenever you see a player do the things that Suya is doing. It's just highlight reel moments after highlight reel moment, and it's really just a pleasure to watch, and that's the key, right? We enjoy it, we love to see it, and, well, the audience loves to see it. So, I mean, listen, bring it on, man. Let's get more of that.
And that's right, we will have a lot more to come as well, but we'll be back in a little bit. We're going to fine-tune things on our end, get the lobbies ready, but you just stand there, look pretty, and don't go anywhere.